heard they brought your client back in for questioning?
Yeah, I knew they would.
She says that the killer might be after you, not her.
What? She's been living lies so long she can't stop.
I got more bad news for you. Raleigh, he may be a human hand grenade with a vendetta, but this guy has got alibis. I don't think he killed anybody, no matter how bad he wanted to.
Who alibied him?
Other cops, duty roster.
So maybe it's bogus.
I don't think so.
Everything leads to Raleigh. Should have known it was too neat.
Well, whoever this guy is, he's damn good.
It's gotta be to stay ahead of Raleigh. Not to mention staying ahead of me.
Well, who else has a motive?
Right, who? Where do you usually find clues?
At the scene of the crime.
It was Roddy, TJ, me, and Leo. Leo had a gun. Leo was driving the car. Police were chasing us. Leo made us get out. He said it was all his fault. Tried to get away down an alley, but it was blocked or something, so he came back out of it, and the car stalled. The cops started shooting.
No one could have survived that.
It all happened exactly how Leo planned it.
So why now? Why would
Because Raleigh found you. If even one of you had been arrested, there would have been 4 pictures on the front page of the Times. The 3 who went underground and the one who died in the car. Leo was afraid he'd be recognized by someone who knows him now. I did what I had to do.
Yeah, but you put other people in jeopardy. Patterson's career, my credibility in the department.
Neither one worth more than a life, even if she is a fugitive.
Well, I can't argue with that. But I think you could have found another way. You got to bring her in.
I already told Patterson I would.
Well, do it fast, Mac, before she gets killed. And you got to make this thing right with Raleigh.
The guy's nothing but trouble.
True, but you should consider the source of his trouble. He grew up without a father, with an obsession. One I would think that any son would understand.
All right. I'll square myself with Raleigh.
Then I'd be happy to help you. All of records. Let's see. 27. 75, 74, 72, January 72. Help yourself.
January. I will. Thank you. Right over here. Let's see what we got here. Everything we need. Yes. Body was burnt to a cinder. No facial features, no scars, no prints. How much heat is generated by a gas tank explosion?
Enough to melt steel.
The dog tags weren't found on the body. They were found a few feet away on the ground.
Yeah?
So the dog tags could only ID the body if they weren't on it. Piece of metal like this, if it was on the body, would have melted.
He burned up. I watched it. The whole car was in flames.
No. Somebody burned. But it wasn't Leo. He faked his own death. I got a hold of his military records. He had the same training that I did. Classified expert in weapons and explosives.
The newspaper said it was Leo in the car.
90% of the body was burned. No features, no fingerprints. But he made sure that the dog tags weren't on the body so that they would be found.
How can you be so sure?
You told me he had a metal plate in his head, right? The cops got the corpse out of the car before the skull burned. The x-rays showed no metal plate. The body was a plant.
How could he do that? We would have known.
You said he tried to escape down an alley, right? And he was out of sight for a couple of minutes. That's where he switched the body, which was probably in the trunk all along. If I'm Leo, I've got the car already rigged with explosives. What he was trained to do. Nothing left to chance.
That means he probably killed whoever it was in the car? I just can't believe Leo would do that.
Whose idea was it to hit the bank?
It was Leo's.
Played you all for suckers, beginning to end.
Me most of all.
To stop this guy Leo, we have to get to him before he gets to you, which means you have to know that I'm on your side.
I do, I guess.
It also means you have to tell me everything you know.
I have, I swear.
No, you haven't. Leo found you. You led him to Roddy and TJ, but he got to you first. How? Who have you told about yourself?
No one.
What about me?
Except you.
Who else?
Guy on the internet.
What guy?
I told you I talked to people on the internet in chat rooms. At first he seemed so sympathetic. He said we all have things in our past that we ran from. He told me about his childhood.
And you told him what?
Little bits of my life. I thought I was safe. All he knew was my screen name. Then he said he wanted to meet.
That was Leo. Don't you get it? He became who you wanted him to be, again.
And I got scared. I said we couldn't meet. I changed my screen name, but he found me again. Finally, he backed off.
No, he didn't. He closed in. You told him just enough so he could find you.
Okay, so how do we find him?
We send him an invitation.